Howdy, everybody. Welcome to another edition of That's Railroad, where we bring the railroad to you. And today we got a really cool railroad to bring to you. We're here on location in Coshocton, Ohio, at the uh, Mill Creek Central 7.5 inch gauge railroad. All right, this is going to be a fun day. Stay tuned. We got a lot of cool stuff. This is a neat place. I know you're going to enjoy these trains. Okay, they got tracks running all over the place. They have miles of track. This is pretty cool. Uh-oh, sorry about that. Fastened down with little screws over the web of the rail. And they have some steel track here, and they have some aluminum track. And then they just have flat bars, flat plates there for the joint bars. Pretty neat, isn't it? That's nice, really nice. See how they got the guardrails here across the bridge? That's neat. And they got switches, and they got turnouts and bridges and tunnels and miles of track here. And this is pretty neat. Let me give you a relation to that. That's my fist. Neat. I love that. Okay. And there's tracks all up through there. We haven't seen hardly anything yet. We just got here. This is pretty cool. Turn an old shovel into a little ladybug. I like that. So we're going to catch some trains today. Well, this is Matt's Get Up. Alliance Traction Company. Okay, we got a little electric motor here, right?
Yep.
Matt?
Howdy.
Look who we run into.
This
is Matt Kinnard. If you guys had watched my videos before, the Age of Steam Roundhouse, Matt was our tour guide. He's on that video. So there's a link in the description to watch Matt's YouTube channel. And we're getting ready to take a ride. Howdy, Matt. Great to have you with us.
Laps around 4.5 miles or so. It takes about an hour or more to get around here, depending on traffic. So without traffic, we're probably looking at about an hour and 15.
We're early in the morning here. And Matt's got some cool videos on this locomotive on his channel.
A lot that I need to get around and actually edit and publish at some point.
Hey, that neat coupler. Awesome.
So there's actually a mix of scales here. The cars behind it are all 1.5 or 1.6 inch to the foot scale, which is standard gauge equipment running on a 7.5 inch gauge track. The locomotive is 2.5 inch to the foot scale, so it's actually larger, although this is representing a 3-foot gauge narrow gauge engine.
That engine's beautiful, Matt.
When I got into this hobby, this engine, it was more or less a frame, became available to me, so that's why there's a mix of scales, but also having it a little bit larger, it's heavier, you can fit more in it, it's much more capable than a little switcher of this size, an 1.5 scale. So.
Pretty neat. And you built that flat car.
The flat car was a kit, yep. The second Erie one I built, and then the Wheeling and Lake Erie hopper, which I just finished up this summer, was also a kit.
Really nice.
I think in that hopper there's somewhere around 1,000 rivets in it, all set in by hand.
Is that right?
Yeah. A lot of little tiny 440 hardware. You'll see an air line going between the cars there. That's actually for air brakes.
I saw your video on the airline.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about Mill
and they work great.
Mill Creek Central here. What we got?
Mill Creek Central, this is, well, Dick McCloy owns the railroad, and he started it, I believe, it's pushing about 25 years now. And right now we're down in the Valley Division at the end of the logging line, and there's a couple of different sections of the railroad. We have the Valley Division, as I just mentioned, up on the hill, the Mountain Division, and then this summer we actually opened up the Accutie extension, which adds another 3,000 or so feet of track.
Nice.
A couple of trestle bridges and a tunnel. I think the tunnel down there is over 100 foot long.
Cool.
So it was a massive project, a lot of dirt to move. But the Mill Creek's starting to turn into a club. We're currently privately owned, but they're working up setting Coles, Central Ohio area live steamers. So it is developing into its own.
That's nice. So how many miles of track they have total here?
Total, there's 6 miles or more of track,
Nice.
including everything that's on the sidings. I've heard a bunch of different answers for the main line. I want to say the main line's about 4.5 miles. So all set in by hand, every screw, every tie. You have to tamp the ballast in by hand, level it side to side by hand. Once you do a spot, it'll hold for about 3 years if you're lucky, until a tree falls on it, or you got to drive a tractor over it or something. But
okay, this is the big meet of the year, the Buckeye Limited.
This is a big meet. Normally we do these every 3 years. It was postponed for, well, crises and the death last year that I don't even want to mention or think of. And then putting the track in was a bit of a delay too. So we're happy to be back at it.
Okay. Tell me again how many locomotives they're going to have, how many trains today?
There are supposed to be 120 trains coming here. And I think that actually is close to 3,000 feet worth of equipment that's showing up. Now,
wow.
Today is Wednesday. The biggest days of it will be Friday, Saturday. So it's a little bit less chaotic today. But of those 120 trains, I believe 62 of them are battery electric, somewhere between 20 and 30 steam engines, and the rest gas or gas hydraulic.
Pretty nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Matt.
You're welcome.
It's going to be a good day.
It certainly will be. It'll keep the derailments to a minimum.
These are a little bit easier to re-rail than a 286,000 pound car, but
yeah,
a little bit easier.
A little bit. Some of the locomotives.
I noticed you don't have any re-railers you're carrying with us, so.
Yeah.
All right. That's the U.S. mail. Let's see what they got over here. That is just amazing. New York Central. And they have a jig over here that rolls out here, and the track strays up, and then they'll slide these off this track onto that. Excuse me. And then they'll take it out and set it on the main line. How cool is that?
Yeah, what a bummer. But, you know, let's face it, the old of our generation will be excellent what they look. So, she always had the Ivy box around her hub. Well, she ended it in April. You know,
beautiful. Just beautiful.
Me, it'll just get burned up. That was hard for me. I worried the remote thing other stuff going on. I was going to drive up there.
that's right. Yeah, that's right. Good point. That's a good point. Yes, yes. And
Shay.
And then it blanked out. Yours blank out? Ours blanked out. We went wrong. I called. Why just one blank? Like a minute later, came back on. But it was
Number one, if you count gauge one, because every special vessel falls into the category, you got about 50 feet further.
Oh, set up the camera. I'll give you some money. You can't use. What? Where do you want me to go? Don't answer.
Hey, but you know, it's dangerous. You never want to assume that it can't be used.
That's true.
This one's brand new. First fire was on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
I'll sell it for $50 because it's not yours. It ain't mine.
I got $50 on me.
You gotta get it
All
out of here.
I need is a bill of sale.
You gotta get it out of here. And
I'll tell you what, I'll give you a tip. I'll give you 70. That Shay is just awesome. Wow.
That's a John Buckeye.
See, in Michigan, you didn't need a license to operate. Okay, and I.
A gentleman by the name of Wayne Godshaw builds these H10s, and I think he's up to 25 he's built now. So you'll see probably more of these running around than anything else. And it's kind of a good blend between functionality and good scale or a perfect model. These things are just runners. They will pull just about 18 cars I've seen behind them going up to 3%,
Nice.
5% grade here. This one was built in 15 and it's been run year and year as hard as it can ever since then.
Okay, very good. This is really cool stuff. Just really cool stuff. Bessemer and Lake Erie. That guy was from Germany running the locomotive. how cool is that? What an amazing locomotive that is.
Here we go. I thought maybe I missed one. Coming behind you. Coming behind you. Cool.
That is just amazing. Fantastic. Conrail car. Three thumbs up for that one. That is just awesome.
That's an awesome engine.
Just awesome. It's beautiful.
The Baltimore and Ohio steamer just took up the mountain division, so it's running too with the passenger train.
Okay. This is in Baltimore and Ohio. Taking a ride on another train, and we're on Amtrak cars. And guess what? My car was the only one that's derailed so far. I had used my re-railing skills and re-rail the car.
One second. okay. I think that's enough to clear it anyway. All right, we're good. Wait, we don't want that. Do that. Like that. Like that. There we go. Straighten it back out. I'll take a little more tractor. That's why I always like lining everything.
It is going to be the same gauge they run before then. But that tractor, like way all Dundee. Look through the desk. It isn't flat. Like somebody that runs out flat down in Florida. That thing's actually got some.
It's pretty cool. You can smell the coal smoke in the air. Pretty cool stuff.